So this isn't going to be my typical video. It's going to be a tech video. I looked everywhere on the internet on VMware, not VirtualBox. We're on VMware here on how to get rid of BIOS version / date VMware Incorporated, and then all this gibberish behind it. I looked everywhere on the internet how to get rid of that. And up here on a new install, it says something else too, but there's a lot of videos on how to change that. There are no videos that are up to date on how to make it not say VMware here. So if we flip over to my other virtual machine here, you see in the BIOS it says Phoenix Technology. Now I'm going to show you how to do that, but I hate to tell you this, but we're going to have to install a brand new virtual machine. It's very important that you follow exactly what I'm doing. Right here we're clicking create a new virtual machine. Now we're creating custom. Now you need to go up here and you select the second one down, hit next, and then you need to make sure that you tell it where your ISO is. Mine's already checked off, it's on my F drive. And then name your virtual machine whatever you want to name it. And this is important here, you need to go up and you need to change it to BIOS and not UEFI. This is up to you how many cores and how much memory you want to give your virtual machine. This is not exactly how I would typically do mine. But just hit next, 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 and we'll be back as soon as the virtual machine is installed. So I wanted to make sure I had everything absolutely right for you guys. So I made two different virtual machines, Windows 10 64X and Windows 10 PC here. The one that we're on now is a Pro version, but I will show you right now that if we go to System Information, the BIOS says Phoenix. It doesn't say VMware. Now in a minute I'll show you guys how to get rid of this up here where it says manufacturer and model. We'll spoof it where it'll be whatever your host PC says. There's lots of videos on that, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. So this is a Windows Home one. I just wanted to make sure it worked on both. I didn't want to be giving out any false information. And as you can see again on Windows Home, this is Phoenix Technology for the BIOS. I would say your next step here is I would make a snapshot. And you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Snapshot 1 because I'm only using this virtual machine for testing purposes. You always want to make the snapshots as much as possible. You want to back up your stuff. But while it's making a snapshot of that one, we'll come over here and tell it to make another snapshot of this one. Just in case something goes wrong, we'll have that snapshot. I do snapshots whenever I install a new piece of software or when I'm going to install a new piece of software. That way if it messes up, I can go back to that point. And down here at the bottom, it tells you the percentage of your snapshot being done. 93%. Alright, this next step is very, very important. If you don't do this, you can mess up the whole virtual machine and you would have to start over again. You need to come up to the top here. First off, you need to make sure that it's complete, your snapshot's completed. But after that, you need to come up here to the pause button and power off your machine completely. Let's check this one. It's at 66%, so as soon as it's done, we'll do the same thing here. Alright, now that this one is done making the snapshot of it, we're going to power this one off too. So we'll come up here again and we'll power it off. Alright. Now you have to figure out where your virtual machines are stored on your computer. In most computers, it's going to be under Documents, Virtual Machines, and these are the two PCs that we just built. We're going to go inside these folders, and like I said, you need to make sure that they're powered off completely. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go to Open with Text Editor. And the file that we opened is, it'll say something like this, similar. It could be a little different depending on what you named your PC. What you're really looking for is the .vmx file. Alright, now that we have this open, you scroll to the bottom. Once you open up the VMX folder, you go all the way to the bottom, and then you're going to write this in here. It's SMBIOS dot reflect host equals true. I'm going to have that in the description so you can just copy and paste it in there. Once you're done, you save it. And we did 2 virtual machines, so we need to come back here and we need to do it on the other one too. But you'll only have 1 virtual machine that you'll need to do it on. And like I said, this code will be this little text will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste it. Now that it's done, we can power back on our 2 virtual machines. Okay, both of our virtual machines are powered back on. So let's open up the system information again. And now you see that it reflects my host machine. So it says that the desktop name stayed the same. It'll stay the same as the computer here, not your host computer. Then it says the manufacturer is MicroStar, which is what my host computer is. The system model, 64-bit. And then it has the chipset that I have, which is an i5 8400 chipset. Now, the only thing I would say is this is not a stealth complete machine. The machine is not perfectly stealthed. There are hundreds of ways scammers could find out that this is still a virtual machine. This is just a good step in the direction of building one. If you guys want a full tutorial on how I build my virtual machines, I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. Just know, there's lots of videos out there on the internet on how to make a stealth virtual machine, but there is no 100% perfect virtual machine that no scammer's ever going to figure out that it's a virtual machine. There's always going to be something. They're learning new ways to spot them, so we have to learn new ways to hide them. But like I said, if you guys want to see a full tutorial on how I do my virtual machines, I'd be happy to make it. Just leave me a comment down in the comment section.